Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to War Hospital. We're starting this episode right at the train station. I need more supplies and I usually really don't like to do this, but for this case we need to order supplies. It seems like a waste. It's probably a waste. We are ordering 10 surgical supplies for the cost of 4 drafts. So this will delay some of my improvements that we have. But it's necessary. I might even go to 15 that we order because we really just need that. I can also, as you can see, order, for example, 20 rations for 1 draft. And while we're at it, let's do this to increase my supply there as well. Let's order all of this. That's going to be quite costly, but I hope it's going to be worth it because holy cow, we need that. And with that, we should be able then also to at least get a 3 to 4 on the way again to the operation, because right now I can't do that. I've also I've also assigned both engineers again to producing me supplies. They're not happy about that, but, and that's the thing also, they're not really tired at the moment. So yeah, no one's close to collapsing, and I think we can actually manage to do this. We got the usual day at Walder right now. HQ has issued a wanted poster for deserted French medical officers. This is on the way right now, so my scouts are doing their job. It's at 90% and they're on their way. Rehabilitation, let's have a quick look at that. There is still one. It's halted right now because it's outside the shift, of course. It's a bad one, honestly. So a draft or some morale, and the other one here, there's going to be a huge morale boost coming in soon and some drafts again, right? We still need to work it out though with probably another nurse in there. There's more space for freight in the warehouse. That's not really something I need right now. And we have the improvement, of course, right? We are currently also improving the canteen. 70%, yeah. After that, we can continue with the pharmacy. So that was a bit of my mistake there. We should have finished the improvement at the pharmacy first to boost or to reduce the consumption actually as well for that. So there it is. The mission is over. Scouts find tracks and traces of bandages. They lead to a village that seems to have been bombed by German aircraft. Men from the village work to recover what they can from destroyed buildings, but their exhaustion is visible even from afar. Understandably, the villagers are quite untrusting of the scouts. When questioned about the French deserter, the village mayor denies seeing anyone, but the scout commander notices uneasiness in his behavior. Alright, help the villagers. Alright, I don't think we should coerce. We can help the villagers and could have 2 things. We could also find some resources for ourselves, and also we can overhear them doing something. However, it will take 10 hours of my time of the scouts. Let's go ahead with this. I think that's a safer route and more human route. We are actually a hospital, you know. I'm not going to interrogate. Oh, bad news, sir. There's hardly any food in the storage. And I know that some civilians in the camp are raising chickens. We could requisition those animals and slaughter them for food. Ooh, no, that's a pretty big morale drop. And we're getting rations in soon. Also, the improvement is coming along. Alright. Serious. There's 2 with serious now. And then we have, of course, yeah, that one is critical now. We have 13. Perhaps he holds out a bit longer. I mean, it's 15, honestly. It's just so much. Henry Wells. What should we do with you? Exhausting operation. Chance of failure is none. So it will definitely succeed. The last VIP actually gave me quite a nice boost there too, right? I think we will just go ahead with it. We do have now 3 doctors well rested. Sir, bitte nein, let me die. That's what he says, but we're still going to do it. Another attack. Oh, gas is being used this time. I have a feeling this is not getting any easier.
Germans started dropping gas on our trenches. I need you to heal my man, Major, as fast as you can. I cannot protect the trenches with so few.
I understand, Lieutenant Colonel. I'll do all that I can.
First they bombard our people with artillery, and now they spray us with gas. I fear what war awaits us.
I hate gas-induced wars.
And with that, we're getting even more patients in. We do have now the medical supplies though, so I can go ahead with some of them. So this guy here, 6 children, holy cow. There's a chance of failure of high though for this operation. Now we actually also need to look at those chances there, because I can't just waste resources on someone where it's very unlikely that we will fail with him, right? So those 2 are also fine. He will probably die. We could also do amputation, and that will only cost then half the resources, right? I could assign him and amputate him, and this should then be a bit better on my outcome as well, and he might survive, but he's badly wounded, really, to the point where it's not even going to work. Alright, gas induced, that's also something. Now we got 3 operations kicking, that's fantastic news. Right, of course it's not going to be easy. The initial diagnosis was incomplete, and it turned out the amount of shell shrapnel in the patient's body is far greater than previously thought. It is a miracle that he's still alive. The chances of saving him are drastically lower than anticipated. Certainly not. We will lose the outcome. We don't have electromagnets, so remove the shards manually. It will just take a long time, but now we're committed. We have doctors available. Doctors really are not the problem. The problem right now is also that the front is crumbling. We have 1 coming to the trenches. And this fella here has an unknown combat power. He's bad with drafts and morale. So I'm going to... And he's got no kids. So I'm going to send him to the trenches again. We need more soldiers at the front. The cemetery needs 1 more medic team. Yeah, that's something I can't really do right now. I could try to order someone. Higher personnel again. We do have the power for this. An engineer, a medic team, a nurse or a scout. I mean, nurse, oh, we're full on that. Scouts were also full. Engineer would be really helpful. Yeah, let's go ahead with an engineer. I know we just got the message for the cemetery needs medic teams, but that's really not that important to me, right? So the cemetery is really just there to take care of the bodies. And crafting more supplies is actually super important. We're about to finish the drying pistol. How's it looking there with those 2? They're still actually doing fine. Doesn't seem to be that exhausting. And there you go. Another nice improvement. And with that, we are reducing sexily the resource consumption. As you've been stretching your back, Pravin comes into your room. There's someone I need to ask. He starts right out. There's this engineer that always does things the same way. Don't get me wrong, they're good at what they do. It's just they can't accept the change. We are constantly improving our methods. What will you do? We can speak to him. We can convince Pravin that the engineer should be fired. Oh no, let them be. Let's speak to the engineer. I'm certainly not going to fire an engineer. In 50 minutes we get another one. Alright, he actually died after all in the operation. Decreases morale, and I think we lost the VIP. No, Otto is still being... There he is. Otto is still being operated. That's something. We got 19 supplies, by the way. He looks good. Chances of success, okay. Sign him then. He should actually, yeah, rest. And the others are also looking good. These are the gas patients there that we have, right? So they have been gassed. And we'll just see. They're not in super bad conditions right now. Alright, once again. We have finished the quest. We have 20 surgical supplies. And with that, we can close it. We've just received a message from the HQ, sir. They're asking us to help them with railway maintenance on the track. If we do so, they'll grant us staff permits. An engineer will be unavailable for 12 hours. Yes. Yes, of course. Let's do this. Temporarily losing an engineer for getting another nurse permanently. That's something, of course. And speaking about engineers, the other one has arrived. So, oops, we should have now another available engineer, please. Maintenance the railway. No, he hasn't arrived yet. And there's our latest engineer. Perfect. I don't know what this means here, by the way. I think the wounded might be coming in. And we have 60 rations there too, so actually we can feel the reduced consumption thanks to the improvement. And yeah, let's actually have some assignments again for, especially here by pharmacy. So we can go back to the 12-hour shift, right? Let's have it like that for the moment. And I could, by the way, or I could still make them work longer. Now that we're looking good on the supplies, yeah, let's actually do this. And you can actually continue with the enhancements, while the other one is maintaining the railway. Alright, the same engineer, Nathaniel, that Pravin was complaining about enters your room. He tells you at this point of view, religion forbids him from using those new technologies, unless it's proven they won't harm their soul. They won't try to convince anyone else they shouldn't do it, but they stand their ground when it comes to them. Ask a cleric to bless the machines. And we are going to pretend a nurse is a cleric, and she's going to bless the machine. We could also fire him, but that would give me less manpower than it would cost me to get a new engineer. And we need the engineers, so yeah, let's fake it and ask a cleric to bless the machine for him. Who is the lucky one? Operating ward, casualty clearing station. And it's going to take her 6 hours. Let's go for the rehabilitation center. The casualty clearing station is quite full, and it's actually important that we have someone. There is a rested doctor. Perfect. Yep, looks good for him. Let's actually go for it. And then we have demanding operation. It only will take 2 hours. There's a low chance of complication. Let's also get him in. Actually, they're pretty cheap. And then I think we do need antibiotics for the gas. There it is. Right.
Sir, engineers reached the construction site.
Alright, so the improvements continue, I hope. Yep. Helping the villagers with repairs is coming to an end. And the scout team offers to help with the repairs. The village mayor is surprised at first, but knowing the exhaustion of his people, is grateful for any help. Untrusting at first, the villagers warm up to the scouts after a couple of hours. After a day's worth of work, most of the buildings that could be repaired are mostly fixed. Thanks to the scouts' help, the work was finished faster than anticipated. Comparing rumors and things overheard during conversations, the scouts discovered that in recent days, there were some lights and movements spotted in a nearby abandoned church. It could be worth investigating. Alright? And do we do this automatically? I think not. Nope, there is the... Yeah, that's the church, right? And I could get someone to this, and let's do this. Let's follow along with this mission before I do something else on the scout level. Since we have enough supplies, let's actually go for a 12-hour shift again. Yeah, the first engineer is exhausted. It took them quite some time, by the way. So yeah, we can, if it comes to it, we can actually have them on the 24-hour shift for quite some time. Holy cow, look at that. Characters can level up. Carter Lee from the medic team has leveled up. And we can actually choose now a trait for him. So he is transporting people. And they perform better. Work significantly better. Tire significantly slower. Or morale increases over time when they work SCCS. All of them are actually pretty good. I don't know what work significantly better means. In comparison to being faster or tiring slower. Let's go with tires significantly slower. And with that, I will be able to assign him to a 24-hour shift, I guess. So Carter Lee, there he is, right? And he's at the casualty clearing station. Let's actually go ahead and assign someone else to the advanced dressing station and have him work 24 hours. And we'll just see how long this lasts, right? Alright, the VIP is coming to an end. Please survive.
Sir, operation was successful.
Oh, goo, yeah. And he survived. So we saved another VIP. That's great stuff. The next one is in terminal. Ooh, one child's chance of failure is high. Tao Da, he's called. This is a tricky one again. What should I do with him? He's not in a good condition. He does not have kids. And... sorry, he has good one. Former coal miner. I think we'll need to amputate him. Yeah, at the very least. Let's amputate him. And try it this way, right? Because he's already in pretty bad shape, so... I'm going to try it, but I'm going to go the cheap route there. We need the supplies for all the other people here. There's also one. This one is already exhausted, so I'm not going to assign anyone to that anymore. Holy cow, we got a lot of quests right now. And improving the warehouse is coming along fantastically. We are blessing the machine right now. That's something. And it's been finished. That was clever, sir. Clever and cynical the way I see it, says Pravin, who just sneaked into your office. But the important thing is that this person has no issue with using the new machines, and that makes me happy. Very well. Problem solved. We keep the engineer. He thinks the machine has been blessed. We've used a nurse for that, so it's all fine. Until he figures it out. I hope it's not coming to this. And their poor Tao Da is being amputated right now. Ooh, that's really serious business. Hopefully he survives. He deserves it for sure, but it seems very unlikely. Alright, it appears the medicine prepared for the operation may be contaminated with other substances. Since it could endanger the patient's life, I would like to recommend discarding the prepared dosage and making a new batch. So that we lose our amputated status. Alright, yeah, 4 more supplies. What should I do? I'm certainly not going to let them waste now. Alright, HQ requested us to send the trauma team supplies if possible, as they're experiencing shipment delays. We do get permits, staff permits. We lose 4 pills or 4 antibiotics. Trauma medicine supplies it's called, alright. And with that we have 4 staff points. That's actually pretty good, right? I could hire someone. I could hire 2 people with that. Another medic team. That's the only thing I could do right now. And it will only cost me 1. And I think, how much does a nurse cost me? 3! Ooh, they're expensive. But we can afford it then, right? So let's order another medic team. And then another nurse once we have an upgrade ready. So we need to upgrade the staff rooms, of course.
New patient arrived.
Alright, operations on the way right now. Lots of them.
Sir, operation was successful.
Perfect. Successful operation. There is another one now being finished, Yongri.
Sir, operation was successful.
Perfect. 2 more successfully operated. Yeah, he's extremely exhausted. He will rest. He will rest. He will also rest. We got 3 doctors and they're all resting right now. After this. Another terminal patient. Come on. This is not getting easier, right? Chance of failure is high. He's a bit old though. And 8 supplies for a very risky operation. I don't know. I think we're going with the lower things here, right? Alright, we can do some improvements. First of all, we have that mission here that orders me to build the trauma ward. I have no idea what it really does. 1 slot for trauma specialist. And it's just really cheap. So let's improve on this. And yeah, let's use my available engineer that we have for this. So we have 2 now doing the improvements. And then we do have another improvement that I would like to do, which is a bit risky, obviously. It's the scout tent enhancement. With that, we can increase the number of available scouts in the camp. And this allows me to just have more scouting missions, which I think is actually pretty smart, long-term wise, getting resources in, right? Because out of these scout missions usually is something interesting coming out. We could continue boosting my food a bit. Yeah, it's too expensive. And of course, my goal was also to provide a bit more housing for nurses, right? So here we can actually have the nurse rooms upgraded. This is also a sensible thing to do, really, and it's not that expensive. So those are the things that we actually can do. This is cheap. Let's do this too. The nurse rooms, I do need though an available engineer. We have none available right now, but there's 2 big improvements that I would like to finish in the next couple of days there. All right, build the trauma ward. That's that. The scouts are on the way now to that church that we have, and the operations are on the way. We have enough materials. We have an tired doctor. That's let's keep him resting for now.
Engineers reached the construction site.
And someone else died again, reducing morale. We're pretty low on that now. That was the one that was in critical condition, so he's gone. What should I do? Really, I can't do anything about that. We don't have the supplies. Trauma ward has been finished. And request a trauma specialist. Alright, how expensive will that be? The first one is... Oh, 4. No, the first one is free, I think. Yep. Let's go ahead and do this. He's coming in shortly.
Sir, new patient arrived.
Oh, more patients, really?
Sir, may I inform you that I left a personal recommendation with one of the patients who was recently brought to the casualty clearing station.
You did? That's nice.
We lost.
And Tao Dao died. He was really a difficult patient. And he also cost me quite a bit. And yeah, that's what happens when you go with the risky operations, unfortunately. It's just really hard. There is a VIP, once again. And Jonathan Clare, he is diagnosed with what exactly? Poison, I guess. Or brain damage. And in this case here, it's actually a good chance of success, right? It does cost me the 4 alcohol. We don't have that. So let's just order alcohol. It's not even that expensive. It will arrive in 3 hours, and then we do get it, right? And then we can actually treat him. Bad news, sir. There's hardly any food in the storage. What? I know that some civilians in the camp are raising pigs. We could... Oh. Nope. I'm not doing this. We have enough rations for now. I'm not worried about that. Been lower than this. Alright. I think... Trauma specialist is coming in. I think we could do some smaller operations again. He's rested now. Perfect. There's 2 of them actually. 2 VIPs. So we are getting 10 alcohol in. That's fine. There's a serious one. He's uncertain. He will cost me 6 supplies. We're going to do this operation. And then we have one with very low demand. So he's also serious. Let's actually get him on the way there too. And at the cemetery... I think we actually will need someone. Let's get the 24-hour shift going for this. Aha, look at that. Kai Fischer. He didn't even last a full day with a 24-hour shift before he collapsed already. There we have now Jack McDonald, and he's going to work on that. Jack Roberts. That's disappointing. That was a disappointing upgrade there. A nurse is available again. Rehabilitation center it is, of course. We do need someone there. And we do need to have someone 24 hours because we have lots of patients waiting now. There's someone... Ooh, good morale boosts here too. But we do also need more soldiers at this point. None of them is actually good at fighting. What is this? They're all horrible. There's one actually that's not so bad, so let's send him to the trenches. We do need some more drafts, but we also need more morale. So in this case here, let's go with, let's just see, we got, yeah, that will be 5. So we could go to 8 then with this. But I need more morale too. Let's send 1 to HQ, and then actually both of them here to morale. This gives me +7 on the morale, and +4 on the drafts. Right, and this should be a nice balance there. Holy cow, this is hard. All of this can have good or bad consequences. Trauma specialist comes in 2 hours. This will be then a new type of personnel that we can handle.
Sir, nurse has reached the rehab.
Operations are continuing
Sir,
to work.
Patient is cured.
We cured another patient. That's at least something. And yeah, we continue onwards with a bit more scouting. Finishing this. And the trauma specialist in the next episode of War Hospital. Stay tuned.